Hello, this is Two Ladies Midwest Adventures. I'm Julietta, and it is early. We're reading Heaven is for Real. We're on chapter 25. From a kid's perspective, maybe the best thing that happened in 2005 was the release of The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. During the Christmas season, we took the kids to see the movie on the big screen. Sonia and I were excited to see the first high-quality dramatization of the C.S. Lewis Chronicles of Narnia series books we both enjoyed as kids. Colton was more excited about a movie that was featuring good guys fighting bad guys with swords. In early 2006, we rented the DVD and settled into the living room for family movie night. Instead of sitting on the furniture, we saw all sat on the carpet. Sonia, Cassie, and I leaned against the sofa. Colt and Kobe are perched on their knees in front of us, rooting for Aslan, the warrior lion, and the Penzie kids, Lucy, Edmund, Peter, and Susan. The house even smelled like a theater, with bowls of Act 2 buttered popcorn, hot out the microwave, sitting on the floor within easy reach. In case you haven't seen The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, it's set during World War II, and the Penzie kids are deported from London to the home of an eccentric professor. Lucy, Edmund, Peter, and Susan are bored to death. Until Lucy stumbles upon an enchanted wardrobe that leads into a magical kingdom called Narnia. In Narnia, not only can all the animals talk, but the place is also inhabited by other creatures, like dwarves, hobgoblins, and centaurs. The land is ruled by the lion Aslan, who is a good and wise king, but his arch enemy, the White Witch, has cast a spell on Narnia, so it'll always be winter, but never Christmas. Back in the real world, the Penzie Heaven's kids, but in Narnia, they are princesses and princess. In Memphis, they are just kids, but in Narnia, they are princes and princesses, who also become fighting warriors, fighting on the side of Aslan. That night, as we were watching the Final Fantasy medieval battle scene, Colton, then 6, was really getting into the winged creatures dropping boulders from the sky, and the little dressed Penzie kids clash swords with the White Witch's evil army. During the fight, Aslan sacrificed himself to save Edmund, but later when he came back to life and killed the White Witch, Colton leaped to his feet and pumped his fist like he likes when good guys win. All the credits rolled up on the television screen, and Colby picked the edge of the popcorn Sonia had offhand to Colton. Well, I guess that's one thing you didn't like about heaven. No swords up there. Colton's giddy excitement vanished as quickly as if an invisible hand wiped a smile off with an eraser. He drew himself up to his full height and looked down at Sonia, who was sitting on the floor. There are 2 swords in heaven, he said, surprised at his intensity. Sonia shot me a sideways glance, then kind of drew her head back and smiled at Colton. Okay. Well, why do they need swords in heaven? Mom, Satan's not in hell yet, Colton said, almost scolding. The angels carry swords so they keep Satan out of heaven. Again, scripture leaped in my mind. The time from the book of Luke where Jesus called disciples. I first saw Satan fall like lightning from heaven. And I remembered a passage from Daniel in which angels visited Daniel in answer to prayers. They says he was delayed for 21 days because he was engaged in the battle with the king of Persia. Theologians generally take this to mean some kind of spiritual battle, with Gabriel fighting dark forces. Now, how did a 6-year-old know that? Yes, Colin had 2 more years of Sunday school by then, but I knew for a fact that our curriculum didn't include lessons on Satan's living arrangements. As these thoughts flashed through my head, I could see that Sonia didn't know what to say to Colton, but was still scowling. His face reminded me of his irritation when I suggest that it got dark in heaven. I decided to lighten the mood. Hey Colton, I bet if you asked if you could have a sword, didn't you? I said. At that, Colton's scowl melted into a dejected frown, and his shoulders slumped towards the floor. Yeah, I did, but Jesus wouldn't let me have one. He said I'd be too dangerous. I chuckled a little, wondering if Jesus meant Colton would be a danger to himself or others. Likely. In all our discussion of heaven, Colton had never mentioned Satan, and neither Sonia nor I had thought to ask him. When you're thinking of heaven, you're thinking crystal streams of gold, not angels and demons crossing swords. Now they brought it up, I decided to press a little further. Hey Colin, did you see Satan? Yeah, I did. His head solemnly. What did he look like? At this, Colton's body went rigid. He grimaced, and his eyes narrowed to a squint. He stopped talking. He absolutely shut down, and that was it for the night. We asked Colin about Satan a couple times after that, but he gave up because whenever he did, his reaction was a little disconcerting, as if he changed instantly from a sunny little kid to someone who ran to a safe room, bolted the door, locked the windows, and pulled down the blinds. It became clear that, in addition to rainbows, horses, and golden streets, he had seen something unpleasant, and he didn't want to talk about it. That is the end of chapter 25. Like and subscribe so we can get to 1,000 subscribers to start beekeeping.
Stay blessed. One can make the world a better place, one person at a moment at a time.
I was just gonna say, could I pester you on that, but that works.
Yep.
Bye.
Like and subscribe so we can get to 1,000 subscribers so we can start beekeeping. Okay.